Welcome everyone to the Italian Grand Prix, to round 11, and I am very sorry. I take, again, full responsibility for the technical difficulties, which is why we had to restart the stream to give you the possibility to see or to have a good look on this race. There were some technical difficulties which have been absolutely my fault, and I'm sorry, and I'm very sorry, and I hope you can forgive me this time. I also hope that you can see the stream right now, and it's a little bit cleaner, or a little bit better, that you have a better view of the whole race. Again, I'm very sorry, but nonetheless, let's get back to the race and to the qualifying session here in Monza in the Temple of Speed. We've changed from a full qualifying session to a short one, in which the drivers really have to give their best. Nice, okay. I'm very happy to know that the stream is now working fine. Again, I hope every one of you can see everything very well. We have the McLaren of Photos, who in the first qualifying session from the first stream went on to get himself P1, but now he's cutting corners. Very nice, the moves that he's doing right here. The McLaren showing us his performance, or his true speed, which, as I said in the first stream, is really the thing that you're going to need in Monza. A lot of speed, as there are a lot of straights in which you really have to perform well. And here we go with the McLaren of failures. He is going in for his first lap. His hot lap. Now in sector 1, going into corner 1, and as I said, this is a very difficult chicane because you have to be careful. You cannot go over the curbs. You really have to brake early, and you have to trust and know your braking game. If you don't, you can easily crash with other drivers. Now Sebo 55 is just behind the McLaren of Farideus, and Fari is doing a very good lap so far, now coming in to corners 8, 9 and 10. Another chicane where you really need a good exit, which he absolutely has got. And now on the straight, we can see down on the bottom right the speed that he is gaining, 330 kilometers per hour on that track. And it's going to be a 119.1, 2/10 better than his teammate Sebo 55 in the other McLaren car. Beautiful lap times from both teams. Absolutely fantastic. Both cars did very, very nice lap here in Q1 and basically in the qualifying session. So now, as we have gone with the McLarens. We're now gonna stick with the Renaults. We've got Burkina here, and we also have Davin right here, who is finishing his first lap, his hot lap. 1:14 now on the straight, and he's going to go a little bit slower than the Ferraris or the McLaren. He's going to go 1:21.4. Still a very good lap, but not good enough to get the pole position. A yellow flag as well, as he's having a lack of fuel. Burkina has retired from the session. He is happy with P6. Adam, blind 30, also now part of this Grand Prix. Hasn't been part of the previous one. Now joined and is now racing with us. Davman on P5, and he stays there. Peanut Turtle though, we're now gonna go with the two Red Bulls. Here we see blind 30. He is on P15 right now, starting his hot lap. And you have to know that the Renaults, and both of the Renaults I believe, and both of the Red Bulls are on medium tyres for this qualifying session, and Blind is slipping a little bit there, spinning a little bit with his rear end, but he gets control of the car again and does a fastest lap in sector 1. Fastest sector 1 for the Red Bull driver. Very well. Eight, 9 and 10, and now you have he has a very good exit. Yeah, he does. Or a very solid one. And he has done a 121.015, which has brought Blind 30 onto P6. So right now it's looking Faraday's on pole position, Sebo 55 on P2 in the second McLaren, Adam on P3 in the Mercedes, Rath on P4 in the Alfa Romeo, Maverick on P5 in the Ferrari, Blind 30 on P6 in the Red Bull, Davman on P7 in the Renault, Peanut Turtle on P8, splitting the two Renaults in the AlphaTauri, Burkina on P9 in the Renault, and the only one out is Regenti, who is in the pits. Let's have a look into the comments section, what the comments are saying. And we have a question. Are zebras white or black? I'm just going to let that rest. No comment from me on that question. Seven minutes to go for the drivers at the Temple of Speed here until we start this Grand Prix. And Regenti is heating up the tyres for his hot lap now and his out lap. And there he goes. Into the first chicane. So corners number 1 and 2. Now into corner number 3. And into the second chicane. Which brings him into corners 6 and 7. And onto another straight. Right here. Leading to the third and last chicane of corners 8, 9 and 10. Good exit from Regenti. And is the Red Bull fast enough? 330 kilometers per hour. Going to the last corner, 11. Now, very good exit. Can he do it? Can he fight them? And on the mediums, Regenti has gotten himself, has pushed himself on to P5. Rath has retired. And now there's still some drivers on the track. We've got Regenti on the track, Maverick on the track, or at least not on track but not retired. Blind 30 is still in the game. Faraday, Sebo and obviously Adam in the Mercedes. It's 2 minutes remaining on the clock, 1:40 for the drivers to try to beat Faraday, who has now retired from the session as well. Qualifying session is over. And this brings us to Faraday's on pole position, Sebo 55 in the second McLaren on P2, Adam in the Mercedes on P3, Rath on P4, Maverick on P5, Regenty and Blind 30 both Red Bulls on P5 on P6 and 7, Devman on P8 in the Renault, Peanut Turtle on P9 in the AlphaTauri, and Pekina on P10 in the Renault. The session is about to start, and we are all hyped up for this Italian Grand Prix. And I don't know what is going on. The drivers are on their formation lap. Faradays is heating up the tyres very well. There we go, the grid is preparing itself for the start of this Grand Prix. In the meantime, obviously, we are going to bring a little and it's lights out, and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix here at Monza. 27 laps, in which we are going to see a lot of fighting. Oh man, Faradays had to jump the first corner there. Sebo is able to save his position, and Maverick has dropped back. The Ferrari driver in the home Grand Prix for the Italian Scuderia. And it's not looking very good for them. But look at the fights that we're having in midfield. And at the top, we've got Pino Turtle, who went wide there in this corner, trying to go past the Davman now on the edge of Pino Turtle. And I believe it's a double overtake. Is it? No, it's not. But Regenti was very close. Yes, it is a double overtake. Wrath now in the fight with Blind 30. Regenti has got a time penalty, and the Alfa Romeo of Wrath is fighting. And Bocchino's back in the game for the Renaults. Faradays has set a fastest lap, and Regenti has dropped down. There's a yellow flag. Oh, there's a problem with the McLarens at the top there, which gives the other cars the opportunity to get back on them. Now Davman, half a second behind Blind 30 in the Red Bull. Is an overtake going to be possible? Or is an overtake going to be made? Obviously, that is the biggest question of them all. I don't know why we can't see any times right now. Here we go. Here are the position changes for this Grand Prix so far. Would love to see sometimes, but unfortunately it just doesn't work. Well, can see a lot of the cars already on the softs. Here we go. Now we can see a little bit of interval between the cars, and Davman is going with the overtake on blind 30, and he's done it, but he had to cut the corner there. I don't know, it seemed kind of fishy, I have to say. Now Adam is trying to pass the McLaren to get himself into P2, but he's going slower and slower every second. Peanut Turtle, in the meantime, wants to go past blind 30 as well. Half a second between the two cars. As we are in lap number 7, this race is still in lap number 7. In lap number 4, this race is still really hot, really interesting, and there are a lot of battles to witness right now. The Mercedes maybe using their power on the straight to go past the McLaren. If he is going to be able to do just that, we will see. It's still half a second between the two cars. And it's 5.793 kilometers. That's 3.6 miles that the drivers have to face or do each lap in this Grand Prix. About 6 kilometers. 11 corners. And on this very old racing track. The track is used since 1922, where the opening race took place here in Monza, in Italy, in the north of Milan. And 1950, as a part of the Formula One season, of the official Formula One calendar. Look at the Mercedes here, just behind the McLaren of 755, and it's still a very tough fight there at the top. Davman now on P5, 3 seconds away from Rath, and look at that view. This is a view I really enjoy, to see everything. From up here. Let's jump into another battle, and we are going to look at the midfield battle here between Davman on P5, Blind 30 on P6, and Peanut Turtle on P7. All of them less than half a second away from each other. Blind 30 is half a second away from Davman for the overtake. Now maybe on the straight they are going to be able to do something. The AlphaTauri is losing some place, but Blind is trying to go over the outside, but he doesn't have enough pace there. The Renault did a very good job at defending his position. Sebo going into the pits, I believe, and losing his positions to Adam and Wrath. Now Davman is still here on P5, and we still have the battle between the two cars, but we're going to jump into the battle of Sebo 55 and Wrath. Look at this one here. Sebo 55 now trying to go over the inside, I believe, but he's not fast enough. He's still in the softs though. Which obviously brings him a certain advantage. Let's have a look into the comments. Go Davman. So we surely have some Davman supporters. How are you today? I'm fine, thank you for asking. I can only give that question back. How are you today? How are you guys? Are you ready for some racing? Let's get back to the battle as Davman has let Blind 30 pass. Or maybe the other way around is the right way around. Wrath retired from the session. He does not finish this Grand Prix, and we have a virtual safety car after spinning the poor Alfa Romeo driver. Really could have gotten himself into the points today. Now Adam leading this Grand Prix right now, and we still have a fight. Oh, and that's some corner cutting. I don't know why that is not punished, but in my opinion, that is definitely some corner cutting there. The stewards should have a look at that. Sebo 55 is getting a drive-through penalty for speeding onto this under the safety car. Davman now trying to go past Blind 30, but it's not working out. Now Davman with the move, they're touching wheels, but he cannot get past, maybe with the old switcheroo, but he doesn't. No, Blind is keeping P3 right now to himself. Davman now again, maybe on the straight. Can he do it? No, he cannot. And they're going into another lap. Now on the straight. Davman now has the chance to do the overtake. He's trying, and he is doing it. The overtake for Davman to get himself onto P2. Beautiful overtake there on the outside. Just pushing past Blind 30 in the Red Bull. Fantastic move from the Renault driver. Faradeus has got himself out of the pits, and he's joined the battle for P3. The only difference, Faradeus has got new tyres, so he should have an advantage. Blind 30 went into the wall. Did he? Yes, he did. Blind 30 spun or hit someone. I'm not quite sure because I haven't really seen that. But his fight for P2 against Davman definitely finished. But we have a new fight between Farideus and Davman here for P2 again. Now Farideus on the new hard compound. Can he do the overtake? Farideus now in the straight, trying to go over the inside. Davman is fighting him off. Now over the outside. Going past, and yes, it seems like he's going to do it. Yes, he's done it. Farideus has gone past Davman onto P2. Beautiful overtake for the McLaren driver. Getting himself into P2. 10 seconds away from Adam in the Mercedes. And Davman is now a second away from this P2 position that he so desires. Blind 30 into his pit stop to change tyres and front wing, probably. And as Blind 30 goes into the pits, so does Regent T, his teammate. This is definitely not looking like the most successful weekend for the Red Bull team. They definitely had more successful weeks. Or more successful races. But it's definitely very unfortunate. Now Maverick, look at that hit in the bottom with the overtake. Opportunity on Blind 30 for the fight to get back into the points. Currently, this Grand Prix is led by Farideus after 12 laps of racing. Davman on P2, Bakina on P3. We've got Adam in the Mercedes on P4, Sebo on P5, and Peanut Turtle on P7. Now on P5 after Sebo 55 went into the pits, as well as Daniel Kvyat. Now Maverick on the straight. He's trying to keep up with Blind 30. 2/10 away, half a second away, the two cars now. There we go into another fight. And into another straight, but the Ferrari just cannot keep up. With the Red Bull's pace, even though he's going through at 340 kilometers per hour. What a pace! I mean, that is really fast. And he is still there. 2 seconds away from Blind 30. If he's concentrating, or if he concentrates enough, he definitely can do that. He can pull the job off. And after 13 laps, it's looking like a confident race for the McLaren. For the McLaren team, Farideus on P1. And it's looking like he's going to be the one winning this Grand Prix. The next Charles Leclerc. The next Pierre Gasly. Blind is now starting his fight against the AI to get back into the top 5. There we go, the overtake from Blind 30. Now on P6, 13 seconds away from Sebo 55. Now the race has calmed down a little bit and we've had another spin. This time it's not Blind 30, but I believe it has been Region T. No, it's not Region T. So it has to be one of the two Alpha Tauris, and it is Peanut Turtle. Good race. Now Adam is the nearest to an overtake. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Wow. 3 seconds between the two cars. Now 7.53, and he's going past Davman, who went into the pits in lap number 17. 10 laps to go, and a lot of fights still open to see. Very good move, and he's closing in on Burkina. The Renault still 11 seconds away, but still it's looking very good. 1.3, 1.2, and now it's about to be less than a second. Yes, here we go. He's now in the DRS window. Going way faster, doing fastest lap in Sector 2, so fastest Sector 2 for the Mercedes. Now on the straights, he's looking like he really is going to get that overtake. Good corner there, very good apex. Oh, and Burkina is looking like he's letting him pass, as Burkina is going to go into the pits. Maverick is then the next one trying to fight for P5 against Daniel Kvyat. We already had that battle before. It was just that the battle before was made out of Region T, if I remember well. And he's done the overtake. Now also Region 2 with the overtake on Sebastian Vettel. Lap 19, so 8 laps to go for this battle. Who is going to be the next Pierre Gasly? Who is going to be the next winner here in Monza? That is the question. That is the question. Lap number 21. Which means 6 laps to go. 6.5 laps to go for the drivers. And basically now the battles are over, pretty much. No really big fights, and at the moment it's looking like Faraday is sitting on pole position. But that surely can change in the end. Faradeus now is the car with 12 laps on his hards. Davman and Burkina, so both of the Renaults decided to end their Grand Prix on the softs. 5 laps remaining. Burkina is now getting to the closest position, or in the best position for an overtake, with 3 or 4 laps remaining. He is the one who's got the possibility to do an overtake on Davman and get that P3. And we're now 25 laps into this race, so 3 laps remaining, including this 25th lap. 3 laps remaining to finish this Grand Prix and to end this race, and Burkina is still very close. And there's a yellow flag, and we have another man going off track. And it has been Peanut Turtle. So close to the end of this Grand Prix. You really don't want this to happen. That is so unfortunate. The second driver DNFing. Regenty has retired from the session as he's DNF'd as well. 3 laps from the end, and we have 2 yellow flags and cars in the middle of the track. Faraday's DNFing as well. Which brings both of the Renaults. Which brings both of the Renaults on the podium. What is this? What is this? Adam, in his first race, on the way to his first win for the Mercedes AMG team. Davman in the Renault on P2 and Burkina on P3, Sebo 55 on P4 and Blind on P5. Maverick is going to end this Grand Prix on P6. And what is this? What a finish. I mean, you obviously wouldn't want this to happen to any of your drivers, to any of the drivers, because this is just so unfortunate. But I would have never ever expected something like this. A race end like this. We were 2 laps away from the end of this Grand Prix. Now only 1 lap. It's the last lap of this Grand Prix. And what do we have here? This is just incredible. What is going on? What is going on here? What a way to end this Grand Prix here in Monza. We didn't have only speed. It was looking like everyone just didn't want to end this Grand Prix anymore. Look at that. I mean, what a race. Adam, though, has got himself his win. The Mercedes with his first Grand Prix victory. Davman is now coming in to his win. Sebastian Vettel now crossing the line as well. Burkina has gone and finished his Grand Prix on P3. Sebo 55 finishing on P4. Blind 30 on P5. Maverick on P6. And guys, what an end to this Grand Prix. What an end. 25 points for Adam. On his first win. And here it is, the end. And Davin has got the second place. And Burkina has got the drive of the day. What a race. What a start and what an end to this incredible Grand Prix. Wow. I really cannot believe it. Here's the look for you to see a little bit of how the drivers performed. And meanwhile, I'm just going to jump onto the talks with the drivers. Can you hear
Hello.
me? Congratulations. I'm
I'm
not.
going to not gonna lie, because it was like I was going through Parabolica overtaking Kvyat because he was going to be overlapped, and it was a Red Bull there, like waiting for me. I don't know what he was doing there. I will try to, I don't know, get something from that race, really. Uh,
It was
what a
looking
pity.
so good. You
Yeah,
were 2 laps away from this win, from another win, and your first win in the McLaren, obviously.
yeah, it was an easy win because I was like 13 seconds from the Mercedes, and I was really consistent that in that part of the race. I had 40% tire wear. I was, I don't know, pretty fine. It's a pity. It's a real pity. I will try to, I know, get some points from it. Um, I won't like in, be part of the protest because I'm from the FIA. I will leave the case for the other ones and try, I don't know, try to get something.
Well, I mean, everything is understandable right here because after this race finish, in the last 2 laps, basically
Yeah,
4
and I'm
of the
like,
9 drivers DNF'd or spun
and
out.
I was second. Like, if I finish, I would be second behind Sebo. It was going to be a really interesting fight for the lead with 4 races to go. Yeah, I'm really tired right now. And yeah,
It was
thank
a
you
tough
for the
race.
race. Yeah, GG for the Mercedes as well. I think it was his first race.
Definitely. We really saw a Monza wonder.
Yeah, really. It would be great to have this race with the Ferrari team, but well, it is what it is.
Well, thank you for the interview.
No,
I'm
thank you, bro.
I'm gonna leave you and I'm gonna return to the
Yeah,
stream.
see you, mate.
So everyone is watching. What a race that was! I still can't get used to the fact that we had such an entertaining end to the Italian Grand Prix here in Monza, and I believe all of you know that Monza really is something special. But nonetheless, this is the end of this year's Italian Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed it, even though we had really a lot of ups and downs, and I really hope that you still were able to enjoy today's race and that you are going to be able to watch the next Grand Prix, which is going to take place next week in Singapore. So, any questions in the chat? Yeah, we have some people who want to talk to Davman. I would like to talk to some drivers as well, but it's not up to me. The drivers have to decide whether they want to go into the interviews or not, whether they want to give their opinion on the race or give their whether they want to talk about the race after the race has finished. So right now I can't really wait for Davman, and That is why I'm very sorry if you guys cannot hear Davman. But the decision is not up to me, it's up to him whether he wants to have an interview or not. Nonetheless, again, I hope you enjoyed this race and this Grand Prix. I hope you can forgive me again for the technical difficulties that we had at the start of this Grand Prix, which really affected today's race. And in the end, I mean, it's my fault. And I hope you will be back next week for another interesting and exciting race in Singapore. One of the most difficult tracks. And nonetheless, if you want to take part in the F1 Esport League, join our Discord below. Follow the F1 Esport League and support us on YouTube, Instagram, or whatever you want. And if not, leave us a like, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time. Good race and good